Have you ever tried to rest and maybe felt guilty? Like maybe you just finally choose to slow down, but your brain just kind of keeps going. You start wondering maybe like if you've earned this, or the moment that you try to rest, you already feel behind. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. I have experienced that because the truth is, rest, unfortunately, isn't actually a natural thing to us. I'm not just talking about sleep, but more so, it's not a natural thing in our culture and our hustle, society, and things like that. My name is Freddie, and I've been a creative professional for over a decade now. And through Ready Set Freddy, I help creatives rediscover wonder and joy because I know how it feels to lose it. So, over the years, I've kind of looked back and I realized that I could find renewal again through what I now call the renewal compass. This is 4 different directions that help you just realign things when you've drifted off course a little bit. First step, renew. Second direction, reorient. Third step, reinvigorate. Last step, reconnect. And this week we've been in the first direction, which is renew. Renew is not necessarily just about new stuff, but it's more just about taking the time to learn how to build rest into your life. So the question is, why is rest so hard? I think most of us were taught to maybe, especially us in the creative industry, we're sometimes taught to measure our worth by the things that we output or the things that we produce. And, we think we have to kind of earn it, and we rest after maybe we've achieved something instead of resting so we can create from that rest. But rest isn't something you wait for. It probably should be something more that you build and implement into your life. So that's why I created something called the resting loop. It's 4 little simple steps that help you form a rhythm of rest in your life. The first step is to pause, and then you reflect, then you surrender, and then you receive. So let's talk about what this looks like practically in everyday life. I've reviewed those steps. If you need to go back, there's a few videos about those 4 steps. But today I just want to talk about the practical application. So I think step 1 is maybe just start small. Create what I call a micro pause. Instead of waiting for the burnout, maybe you build tiny pauses into your day. Maybe that's 5 deep breaths every hour. Maybe a short walk with no phone, maybe just journaling at the coffee shop, before you check any emails or Slack or whatever. These little micro pauses just remind your body and your mind, I'm okay, I'm safe, I can breathe. Another practical step, so this would be step 2, is to reflect on the energy that you have, not just your time. So, we manage our calendars a lot, but we rarely ever, really manage our capacity. So maybe we try this. At the end of today, ask yourself, what drained me? What refilled me? What was really tough? What was, difficult? What was awesome? Maybe just track that for a whole week, and maybe you'll notice that patterns start to show up. And then you can rearrange your days around the things that refill you. Another step is step 3, receiving maybe just small moments of joy. So if you've forgotten how to rest, start a little small, light a candle, play music, sit outside with your coffee, call someone who knows you and loves you. For me, sometimes that's going to the card shop and looking at Pokemon cards. It's a little nerdy, but stick with me. Rest doesn't have to be this dramatic thing or this huge vacation. Sometimes it's just noticing those little things, those little incredible, beautiful things right in front of you, and taking advantage of that and grasping it for once. Another practical step could be to just surrender the outcome. So you can't build a rhythm of rest if you're still trying to prove your worth through your work. Surrender is where rest actually becomes more of like a deeper thing, because it's where you trust that things will move forward even when you're not forcing them. So I'd encourage you, when you stop controlling the outcome, you start to make room for renewal and rest and peace. Because rest can feel hard, because you've been in this like survival mode most likely for like way too long as a creative. You're like cranking things out and you're just going. But peace isn't found at the finish line. It's built more just around like pauses. It's the things in between the noise. It's the valleys sometimes in between the peaks of the mountains. So I would invite you today, take a small pause and then reflect, surrender, and then receive. Not because you have earned it and you worked really hard, but because you need it. Your mind, your body, your soul, your heart needs it. And so if this resonates with you, go ahead and download the Creative Renewal Map on how to start the journey of rest here. It's a free guide. I'm not selling you anything. I'm just here to help. And so thanks for watching. Just a reminder today, you are not behind. You're just in between directions, and you can just take one little step forward at a time. Have a good day.